In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft a basic bodice pattern, how to cut, and how to sew it. So this dress I'm making is for a 2-year-old girl. I'm going to share with you how to make just the bodice, I mean just the upper part of the dress. Okay, so I'm going to start by ruling a straight line across there, which is going to serve as my starting point and also my shoulder line. Okay, so from there I'll go down by 8 inches, which is the baby's bodice length. The bodice length of this little girl is 8 inches, so I'm going to mark 8 inches there and then connect with a straight line. I'll go ahead and label that my bodice length. So next I'm going to be dividing the shoulder measurement into 2. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 8. I divided it into 2 and then I marked 4 inches there. So for the neck width it is 2.25 and then for the neck depth it is 2.25. So I'm going to be using my curve ruler to connect those 2 points together in order to get my neckline. Okay, so from the other point there I'll go down by half of an inch. I'll go down by half of an inch there. This way I'm trying to create my shoulder slope or shoulder slant, so I'm going to connect that point back to the neckline to create my shoulder slope. Mind you, this is the front panel and I'm going to use it to cut the back as well. Okay, next I'm going to be taking the armhole measurement, which is 3.75. I'll go ahead and mark 3.75 there. Then I'm going to mark a straight line across that way. Okay, so now this line is going to be my chest line, so I'm going to go ahead and label that my chest line. The next thing is to mark a straight line from that shoulder line to the chest line. Just make a straight line there. Okay, then what I'm going to do next is to divide the chest circumference by 4 and then add 0.5 to it. I'll mark it, whatever thing you get, you're going to mark it on the chest line. Next, you divide the waist circumference by 4, divide it into 4 and then add 0.5 to it and also mark it on the waist line. Okay, mark it on the waistline that way. Then you're going to connect these 2 points together using a straight line. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to create the armhole curve. You're going to use your curve ruler and then connect these 2 points together, okay, to create your armhole curve. So when that is done, basically this is all about this basic bodice pattern. I'm going to cut it out and also use it to cut the back. Okay, okay, so these are the materials I'm going to be working with. I've got my zipper, I have my hard net, I also have my satin fabric, it's about 2 yards. Then I have this accessory, I got it from a tailor shop, which I'm going to use to spice up the dress a bit. I've got my lace fabric and then my 2 net. So let's get started. I folded my satin fabric into 2 to cut out this piece. As you can see, I added half of an inch on the neckline, shoulder line, armhole, and then on the side. For the bottom part, I added 1 inch. So I'm going to remove the pins to show you what I have here. As you can see, I cut out 2 pieces of it. Okay, this is the closed part. So I'm going to unpin this because I'm going to be using this pattern paper to cut the back. I'll also pin this piece back because I'm going to use it to cut the lace fabric. I want my back neckline to be a V neckline, so you're going to determine how deep you want your neckline to be. As for me, I'm going to go down from my neckline, I'll go down by 5.75 and then I'm going to mark a straight line there. So from there I'll connect this point back to the neckline this way and I'm going to cut out that part because it is no longer needed. So my zipper allowance is going to start from that line all the way down. For the back, I folded my satin fabric into two and I cut out 2 pieces of it just as we did for the front. I'm going to open up the zipper allowance this way, and here again I added 1/2 inch on the neckline, shoulder line, armhole, and then on the side. For the bottom part I added 1 inch, and for the zipper allowance I added 1.5 inches for the zipper allowance. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. This is going to be the lining of this dress. Okay, then I'm going to be using these two to cut out the lace fabric. For the lace, you're going to fold your fabric into two, fold your lace fabric into two, just the way I am doing. And I'm going to grab the back piece first. Then I'm going to pin it down before cutting. I'm going to use my pins to hold it together with the lace fabric, and then I'm going to cut out that shape. Okay. When that is done, you're going to set that aside and then also cut the front piece. You fold the fabric into two like that, place it there again, use your pins to hold it down, and then you're going to cut out that piece again just like we did for the back. Okay, so this is what I have after cutting everything out. So I'm going to unpin it and show you what I have. Okay, so this is what I've got. This is the lace for the back. This is the lace fabric for the back. I'm going to be joining it together with the satin fabric for the back as well. So I'm going to place them together. You make sure the right sides are facing up. I'll place them together this way, and then I'm going to stitch on them to make them 1 piece each. Okay, I'm going to stitch on the neckline, on the shoulder line, armhole, the side, and then the zipper allowance side. Okay, I will stitch them together using half of an inch in order to make them just 1 piece each. Okay, then for the front I'm going to do the same thing, place them together. I'm going to stitch all around it using half of an inch. Okay. Now I'm done making them 1 piece each. This is what I have. So I'm grabbing the back panel, I'll place it on the front panel. You make sure the right sides are facing each other, and then use your pins to hold it down on the shoulder. You're going to stitch on the shoulder using half of an inch. You're going to do the same on the lining. You make sure the right sides are facing each other. You're going to stitch on the shoulders using half of an inch again. So now I am done stitching everything together. This is what I have. So I'm going to still join them together again. Make sure the right sides are facing each other. I'm going to place them together. Use my pins to hold it down before stitching. Okay. After pinning them together this way, you're going to stitch through the armhole and then on the neckline. Do not stitch through the zipper allowance. You're going to sew using half of an inch. Okay. So right now I am done stitching everything. And I also overlocked it. As you can see, I didn't stitch through the zipper allowance. If you don't overlock it, it is going to fray. So we're going to turn it out by pulling the back to the front through the shoulder. Okay, you pull the back to the front through the shoulder this way. So after that, I'll show you what I have. So this is what I've got after everything. So I'm going to stitch the sides now. You're going to grab the side of the front and then the side of the back. Make sure the right sides are facing each other. I'm going to use my pins to hold it down, and I'm going to stitch using half of an inch. After that, you're going to do the same on the other side as well. So basically, we are done with the bodice. So this is the upper part of this dress I am making. See you when I'm done making the down part. Bye.